because I'm the host, I had to give you permission.
Okay. All right. Just sharing the picture first. All right. Good evening, everyone, or good morning if you're listening to us in the morning. We are surprising Justin. No, that was last week. That was the last time I did an episode this late at night, I
Never again.
Never again.
No more surprises.
No more surprises.
But we can expect the unexpected.
Oh, that was a good intro for this.
Thank you.
So, guys, this is our bonus episode of 2023.
Did we have one last year?
Nope.
Fun.
We had one in 2021.
Yes. I'm messing with your mojo. Go.
Keep going.
You're
good.
Go.
You're good. So basically, we're not really going to, because it's a bonus episode, we're not really going to do intros. We're just going to tell you what we are doing. In the next couple of Point of View episodes, Justin and I are going to be competing as the television show on CBS, Big Brother, airs. So the season just started, season 25, and to celebrate, Justin and I are going to do like a fantasy league almost. So I'm going to have half the house guests. He's going to have half the house guests. And basically today what we're going to do is the draft of that. So we're going to switch off picking our teams. Like I'm going to pick a house guest and then it'll be Justin's turn. But actually Justin's going to go first. The stakes, why does this matter and why are we doing it on a bonus episode? On our regular episodes, each time we lose a house guest on our team, that whoever loses, we're going to be playing Truth or Dare. You really don't need to know Big Brother at all to enjoy what we're going to be doing for the next couple episodes.
We're going to include a little segment in the beginning where we'll give an update. I mean, we release an episode every 2 weeks, and the show airs every Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday, but an eviction happens every Thursday. So we'll give an update, just a short little update in the beginning about who is evicted. If you watch it, great. If you don't, that's okay. We hope for it to still be entertaining. And it'll just be a little segment at the beginning of the episodes. And we're going to do the draft today. And if someone on one of our teams is evicted, or expelled in some case, but we're not going to get into that, is evicted, then the person whose team that they were on is going to have to do a Truth or Dare submitted by you, our fans. So on social media, there will be a post where you can submit truths or dares within reason. We want to keep our jobs. I want to keep my status as a student at Loyola and things like that. So within reason, but we wanted you all to participate. So submit those there, or you can submit them to our email, pointofview@gmail.com, or you can submit a voice message on our website on Spotify for podcasters. So those are different ways that you can submit truths or dares. I think if you can submit one, that would be really awesome because we really want your participation in this, and I think it'd be really fun because it would be more fun than things that, I don't know, that you and I can think of, I think. But that'd be great because we don't know what would be coming up. Yeah, so.
Right.
Did I cover it?
Yes, that was perfect. We needed that. Justin, before we start, I just want to know, because this is your first time, like I've showed you like a few episodes of an older season from like when I was not even a teenager yet. What are your thoughts? Because you've played the game and now you're watching it for the first time. And I'm actually kind of surprised because, not surprised, but, I guess excited because you've really kept up with it. I know it's only been on a week, but we're on episode 6 and you were actually ahead of me. So I'm really curious to hear what you're thinking about the show.
Well, it helps to have to be using your Paramount Plus. So thanks, because that's how I've caught up.
I was wondering how you
shared
were
that from episode 2. Or even before episode 2, I've been using your Paramount Plus to watch
I was
things.
wondering how you were watching the live feeds. I was like, what? Because I don't even watch it. I was like, wow, that's dedication. He bought the live feeds?
No, you did. Thanks.
Not really. I don't actually watch them. I just have Paramount Plus.
Yeah, and so I use it. Yeah, I've been... For episodes that I don't watch live, I have been watching on Paramount Plus, and it also helps that my schedule, I feel like it's the calm before the storm because the semester hasn't started.
Yeah.
I'm not super busy, so when I get home from work or any activities that I'm doing, I am reading, I'm watching TV, so I'm catching up. I'm also watching Too Hot to Handle. You know, it's just reality TV shows. I guess I'm just like soaking it all in. But your question was, what do I think? Like just watching it. Have you been actually enjoying as episodes are released and as the show's happening, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I have been enjoying it. I think I wouldn't say that I know more about what types of characters or what types of strategies or people do better in this, because I think you have years of watching the show on me. But I can definitely say, ooh, that's not a good move. That was too strong too soon. Or I don't know. I think I'm able to like form better opinions versus like, oh, I like this person, but like they could be a terrible player. So I don't know. I am enjoying the experience. I do like that it is happening in real time. That's kind of fun, because usually, you know, reality TV shows are filmed, edited, and then released. And this is a mix of both, because the Wednesday and Sunday episodes are recorded and then released later on. But I don't know. I think it's cool. It's like you can interact. And as my sister said in her episode, and as you know, I like interacting with my TV shows, my movies and stuff. So this takes it to a whole new level. And I think that is also a draw to me watching. I don't know. And I just like, again, first season I've seen, but I like this cast. These house guests I think are unique. All of my first impressions for pretty much everyone were wrong. I think they changed, because like for instance, you get Cameron, who I think is from either Tennessee or Georgia. No, I think Red is from Tennessee.
From the South for sure. I don't know exactly where.
Yeah, and Cameron, he left saying like yeehaw in a cowboy hat and a pickup truck, like leaving his house in the very first episode. Same. And then now he's been wearing his big curly hair in space buns around the house, and it's been really like, oh, okay, that's very different. So I don't know, my first impressions of these people were different, were changed. Yeah, I don't know. It's been a lot of fun keeping up with it, and I'm excited to do this draft. Although I do feel like, I don't know, expect the unexpected. This there's a multiverse theme with it too. What are your thoughts on that? Being a longtime show watcher, you've kind of seen a lot of the twists and turns. But what do you think of the multiverse theme that they have going this year?
I'm not really impressed, honestly. I don't like when I haven't been in love with a season since like season 19, and that's a stretch and a half. The game used to be very like house guest focused. Let them play the game. There were definitely twists, but there was no like, oh, they're gonna go out of the house now, and then, oh, here comes this multiverse that's gonna come change things. There were things like, there was a twist back in the day called Pandora's Box, where the head of household was able to either open the box and release something. They'd get a little hint on a screen of what it was, and they'd open it, and once they opened it, they either got something good and the house got something bad, or the house got something good and they got something bad. So like little things like that could definitely change the course of the game. But I feel like production now plays too big of a role with like the scary verse, where it's taking someone out of the house, and the scramble verse, like, oh, it's like, it just, I feel like the excitement should come from the players, and the twists should be less frequent, so when they do happen, it's a bigger deal, like it used to be.
Sure.
But I still love the show. And what I like about the game we're playing is you don't have to like Big Brother to enjoy the truth or dare aspect of this. And in fact, if you don't like Big Brother, you don't have to listen to this bonus episode. You can listen to our regular episodes where we'll be, finding out if our picks are doing well, and consequently, who's doing a truth or dare. Being
punished with a truth or a dare.
Who's
entering the Humillaverse. And
yes. Yeah, look at you go.
Yeah, doing it, yeah.
So we decided...
I'm really channeling my Julie Chen Duves.
That was good.
Thank you.
That was really good. So we decided before this episode that, since I've been watching for much longer, that given that there are 15 house guests left, one, Kirsten, at the time of this recording, was already evicted. She came in 16th place, meaning that there's an odd number of house guests left. So Justin is going to get to pick first, just because I may
Meaning
have
that I'll get one
advantage.
extra person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can, this is our bonus episode. We're free to do what we want. You can, if you want, you can just explain who your first pick is and why. But
Sure.
I think
it's. I just realized. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
well, we didn't come to the table. You might have a list, but the cool thing about this is
No,
if
I
you
didn't,
pick,
no.
if I didn't either, but if I have a number one pick in my head and you pick it, then I have to adjust my strategy as we go.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing I just realized too is since I have an extra person, yes, I have a higher chance of winning, but I also have more opportunities to lose, to do truths or dares. So
I didn't think about that.
I think it's.
Do you want to switch it? Do you want to have
No. I think that works. I'm still fine. I still would like one extra. I need all the help I can get, but I'm just thinking ooh.
Right. And remember, the winner has the prize too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So we're just going to go back and forth. There's 17 picks. Are you going to keep track of who has
So
who,
there's
or should
15 picks.
15 picks, sorry.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
there were initially 17 guests.
Yes. One person was, just for context, because we said this, we said there were 16. One person was expelled, and he doesn't get counted in the placement of
breaking the code of
ranking.
conduct.
Yes.
I am going to. I'm going to pick Bowie Jane.
Interesting. Tell me more.
Sure. I'm going to pick Bowie Jane, and that is because, I don't know, I feel like, yes, she's in an alliance, but she's really kind of staying in the background, and I feel like the house became divided quite quick, and I think enemies are forming, and I think even if you don't have direct enemies, if you're closely associated with someone, for instance, this week, right, Hisam is the head of household and is clearly feuding with Riley or targeting Riley. And I think Riley is very close with Matt. I think is close with, who else? Blue. And so I think you don't necessarily want to be close with them because if they can't get the head of the snake, they'll get the next part. And I feel like Bowie Jane, yeah, she is in an alliance. She's in the professors. But I don't know. She's just stayed very below the radar. I mean, she did volunteer, but she's smart. And it was proven in the episode that we just watched because she is playing with strategy and she volunteered herself to go into the nether region or whatever. I hate saying that.
Yeah, I hate it too.
But because she was like, oh, I think that Jag is going to pick Red to go into the nether region if I don't volunteer. And that would be bad because I forget what the reasoning. What was the reasoning? Anyway, she just showed that she had strategy. That she volunteered herself because she didn't want Red to go into the nether region. I don't know, whatever, scary verse. So I don't know. I think that's why I picked Bowie Jane.
Okay.
What's your first pick?
So my first pick, I was struggling because it's like, am I going for who I think is gonna win, or am I, just trying to think of people that'll get me to the end of our competition? Because if all of your players are eliminated, then I win, right? And I don't have to keep going.
True.
But
I'm trying to get the winner. That's how I'm doing this.
Same.
I'm trying to get the winner.
So I'm gonna go with a little bit of both. Not necessarily my favorite house guest, but I am going to go with
Corey.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with Corey for a few different reasons. I think that he seems like a strong player, but he's flying under the radar. He's not, I feel like he's very much a part of the game without being a target. Whereas I feel like Bowie Jane is she's being strategic, but she's coming off to me, I think she's going to be a floater where she just kind of coasts to the end, whereas I think he's going to be making moves in the background. We also see, like, the young, kind of nerdy guy win a lot.
Okay, that's interesting to know because I did not know that. But I also feel like he's coasting in a way because he came into the handful. I think that's what that alliance is called.
Yes.
Just because, like, hey, come on in. And he did. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people maybe did that and just like
3 at least.
Made an alliance.
5 and then 3.
Well, yeah, but like just got invited into an alliance versus like actively trying to do that. And I feel like he goes, oh, he's production's dream. I got dragged into the Netherverse. I
know.
Also another region. I also am on the block. Could anything get worse for me? And now I'm part of this alliance. Things are looking up for Corey. I'm like, okay, you're just to tone it down a little bit. You know?
But there's someone else that I think needs to tone it down, but I'll tell you who in a sec. But
okay.
It usually, in my experience from watching, it's usually not the person that's like, let's get this big alliance together. It's the person who
agree.
Joins the alliance because they're invited, but they kind of sit in the back. And then when the thing starts to crumble, like, he's not so tied to the handful that, like, yeah, they'd probably get rid of him before they got rid of one of their, like, you know, their core. But I think he's going to be able to get out scotch-free. Or with as little, you know, if it does come out to the entire house that, oh, this is a thing and they're working together, I think that he's probably not on anyone's radar. And it kind of proves that he really wasn't this week when Heisem was like, who am I going to target? Like, he wasn't even...
Right. Because he's not really close to Riley, who everyone sees as the leader of the handful.
Right. Anyways, your second pick.
My second pick. Okay, I'm looking around at this board. See, for our game, too, I feel like... No, I don't know. Sophia made some really good, like, strategic moves, too.
Sophia, like, our Sophia who won...
Sophia Lentine, yeah.
Won Big Brother.
Who won our game.
Big Brother 4, our game. That's my
Big
fourth
Brother
year doing
4. All right, I'm going to do Suri.
Interesting. So Suri, for you guys that don't know, is the only player.
She was a twist.
Yeah, she was a twist. She was added a couple hours after the rest, or she entered the house a couple hours after the rest of the house guests, and she is from Survivor.
She's from Survivor, and she is the mom of Jared, one of the other house guests.
Yes.
Who they're trying to keep that secret, but one house guest knows that, Izzy.
Yes.
And I don't know, I feel like Suri, she's a very smart player, which I think can also bite you in the ass sometimes, but I think I think at first everyone wanted her on their side because she's been on like a similar type of show where there's, you know, you're eliminated and things like that. I mean, you're not evicted and voted and all that stuff, but she's been on a similar type of show. But then I feel like after the shock factor wore off, she's been more behind the scenes in terms of telling other people what to do, especially Jared, but not creating a lot of enemies.
That's another like strong mark of a winner of Big Brother.
Is telling other people what to do?
Yes, but gaining their trust so they feel like A, you're their friend, but B, it's not coming off as like doing their dirty work, even though it very much is doing their dirty work. But like, I think you should do like, you get them to do your dirty work, but they see it as like you guys are like this pair that no one knows about and no one breaks up. And
obviously, she's certainly a motherly figure, so maybe there's a lot. I feel like there's a lot of young people in the house.
Yes.
I don't know if it's always like that.
No, this is actually one of the older casts.
Oh, interesting.
Which is, I'm glad.
Yeah. But I was wondering if the other people she's one of the older people in the house. So I'm wondering if people see her as a motherly figure or if they see that as a weakness to exploit. I don't know. But I think she has a good chance of making it far as long as she doesn't make any enemies and continues on the path.
Right.
Yeah. Who's your next?
That makes sense. I am going to say Jared.
Oh, interesting.
I don't think he's going to win. I want to make that very clear. But I think production probably likes him because he's Surie's son. I think Surie will go first before Jared. Because no one knows yet. Like, as soon as it gets out that they're related, it depends on how many people it gets out to. Like, there was a twist before where there were twins in the house, and someone found out that they were switching out, and instead of that making them a target, it's like, oh, we can bring them in, and then we're going to have an extra person when they make it to the halfway point when they can both come in. Like, that was the whole thing. If they made it to the halfway point without getting evicted, then they both come in at the same time and play as individuals. So I think that as long as it doesn't become like a whole house against them type of thing, I think he'll go far, but I don't think he'll win. And I don't think right now, I don't think he deserves to win. It's very early, but his mom is telling him what to do.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's playing I feel like he's playing a second place game to her.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know how, if the house finds out that they're related, how that will affect the dynamic.
Right.
I mean, I feel like they'll feel maybe betrayed because they just didn't say anything, but I don't know if it will cause... I don't know. That's interesting.
Who would say anything in that situation?
What, if you were mother and son?
Yeah, if Shout Out Mrs. Dew was a Survivor legend and was in the... would you want to be associated with her? Probably not, because that paints obviously you'd be working together, but it paints a massive target on your back. There's a legend already in the house who already has a target, and now you have, a ride or die. They're not going to vote against each other.
Right. It's an automatic final two.
Right.
Assuming that...
Yes.
And that the season that you showed me was season 8, and we had a father-daughter that hated each other initially. Mm-hmm. I mean, they became a duo, but they hated each other. So anyway,
but they made it to the final 2. So
fair.
It worked for them.
Fair. Spoiler, because I didn't watch the rest of that season.
Awkward.
That's fine, though.
That's my bad.
I know who won. I spoiled it for myself accidentally.
Okay.
I am going to choose Mikol.
Interesting.
Again, I feel like low-key player, doesn't have too many enemies. Honestly, I forgot that she was on the show until I just saw her photo.
There's always that
so I'm going to pick coasters. I'm going to pick people who I feel like, I don't know, just will be on for long. I don't know, not necessarily the best strategy.
Well, for our game, it's a good strategy.
It's a good thing for us. Yeah. Because you want to get people who are, still hanging in there.
Right. Do you have anything else to say about that, or is that just...
That's really the only reasoning.
Yeah.
I don't even know, to be honest, I don't even know what alliance she's a part of. I'm assuming she's part of the handful.
She is a part of the handful.
But...
I also find it funny that the professors who are considered, the older people in the house, some of them are, in their 30s. I'm pretty sure, that's what's considered old in Big Brother is really funny. Also,
what happened to the bye-bye bitches?
Oh, that's a great question. One of them went bye-bye, right? Wasn't Kirsten a part of the Bye Bye Bitches?
No, it was Mikol, Felicia, Surie.
Yeah, it wasn't a very large
Jane?
group.
Was Bowie Jane also?
I think Izzy was in it, right?
Oh yeah, Izzy. Maybe not Bowie Jane. I don't know. Even a thing? Who knows? They haven't really talked about it.
I know. My next pick is similar to yours. I'm gonna go with Felicia. There's always... Not always, but a common theme in Big Brother, aside from me burping twice, is there's one house guest. I swear to God, 3rd place 9 times out of 10.
You colored her my color.
Oh, my bad. She's on the red team, not the yellow. The cherry team, if you will, not the pineapple team. There's always one... Not always, but 9 times out of 10, 3rd place is somebody who kind of gets carried. And they're usually older. You heard it in the first episode. The older players either get kicked out first, or in my experience, they get... Not even older, but she just seems like she's floating along. And somebody that you could easily carry. And she may surprise us. She could start winning competitions, and you don't need to win competitions to be good at Big Brother. She could start really pulling out all the stops.
Right.
And admittedly, I haven't seen the live feed, so I'm not seeing the entire picture. But I do think that she's going to get third or close to it, unless she aligns herself with someone where that other person is a big target and they need to get that person's numbers out for the vote. You know, like if Felicia's a vote for, say, she aligns with like.
I think she's close with Suri already.
Is she close with Suri? So, but that's what I'm saying. So, okay, so this works against me now, but it's too late. I already picked her, but she is a vote for Suri, both to keep in the house and, you know,
right.
When the
it's funny in that.
around.
Well, I just think she's a vote for Suri based on the episodes, not from the live streams. But it's funny because from the live feeds, Felicia is very much the mom of the house. I'm always seeing her cooking or cleaning in the kitchen. And like asking people, like I was just before we hopped on here, I was watching the live feed and she was asking people what type of potato they want for their baked potato, sweet potato, russet, red or yellow. And I was really like, funny. Wow, I didn't realize there were that many potatoes. But also she was just making dinner for everyone, or at least some people.
Right.
Not that affects, you should stick around so that
sometimes
you're
it does.
making dinner.
Sometimes
you're making dinner
it does.
For us, but
that's sometimes that is people's strategy. So
sure. I'm going to say America.
Okay. Why America?
Same thing. I feel like out of the people who are left, Blue, Cameron, Hisam, Izzy, Jag, Red, Riley. I mean, I think Riley's gone tomorrow. But
do you think so?
I do.
I don't know.
Unless there's a change. I mean, the two people on the block are Cameron and Riley, but I feel like America.
Alliance. They're in the same alliance, and the alliance I feel like has more numbers, has the numbers to keep who they want to. So it should be interesting.
They're in the same alliance, but then they can't vote.
They can't vote, but their alliance can. Wouldn't their alliance want to keep the stronger member, who they, I assume, see Riley as the stronger member? She's one ahead of household, and she's just kind of being painted as the leader.
I don't know. Maybe.
It'll be interesting. I also have a theory that the next person to go to the Nether region is not going to be able to vote.
Oh, do you think that's going to happen tomorrow?
I think so. And if Bowie Jane is picking that person based on, you know, the track record of the previous person to go to the Nether region picks the next person, I would assume she's going to pick one of the younger players in the handful.
Someone in the handful.
I'm assuming she'd pick Matt to not vote.
Right. I don't know. I think I chose America because she's spunky, she's funky, she's fresh.
I love that.
And I don't know. I think she's part of the handful, but seems like a hench person. Not like a decision maker person.
Yeah.
And on the live feeds too, she's like, conversations are happening and then she just kind of like, mind if I jump in?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's just kind of
I feel like in a way Corey's doing that, but we've seen a little bit more of, like, I feel like we haven't seen a lot of America. We don't know what her strategy is really.
Right.
Whereas Corey,
but she's played a lot of games, I feel like. No?
I haven't really. I
guess just the last veto.
Yeah. Well,
and then the very, very first.
And head of household. Second head of household too. She didn't win, but
True.
And the first head of household.
True.
I don't know. They're definitely. I still think Corey's one to watch. I think he could go far. But
who's your next pick?
So I'm struggling because we're starting to get into the players that are like their names are coming up a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And before tonight's Wednesday night's episode, I was like, I need Jag on my team.
Yeah.
But now I feel like he kind of made some waves when it wasn't necessary. By
picking Bowie Jane to go to the Nether region?
Yeah, because he was saying, "Oh, I can't pick." Like, who did Riley want him to pick?
Red.
Exactly, and he was like, "No, I can't do that because Hisam doesn't want me to."
Which is funny because he's her.
Anyways.
Right. And
so,
Yeah.
So I don't know. But I'm gonna pick him anyways because I do think that he has it in
You're
him
gonna
to
pick
go
Jag?
far. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Jag.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree. I think
that's
he has it in him to go far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So who do we have left? We have Riley, Red, Izzy, Matt, Hisam, Blue.
Which I just realized tonight. There is literally a red and a blue.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because
In
in
the
the
house.
first episode, they put them back to back. It's like, hi, I'm Blue. Hi, I'm Red.
That's really funny. I
So,
didn't even notice.
I'm going to pick Cameron. Because I really do think Riley's going home.
Okay. That's
But who knows? I might have a truth or dare, but I picked someone on the block. But
right. I was gonna say that's bold. I'm
Yeah.
like trying to stay away from those two because I don't want somebody. Because if you end up with both of them, then you're gonna lose one person.
right.
That's bold.
I think I'm going to pick Cameron. I don't know. I think he, again, a little bit coaster, but he also knows the game and in his diary things, diary room videos, interviews. I think he expresses that he knows how to play it,
Yeah.
and he's doing his best.
I'm pretty sure too. He said like I've come in second in like every competition.
That was Hisam.
Was it Hisam? He's won like everything.
Well, before doing the last HOH, he said
Okay.
he didn't want it because
Okay.
he won the veto and came in second in the other two.
Okay.
Maybe it was Cameron. But anyway, I see a truth or dare in my future. But here we go.
Who knows?
I'm going to stick with it.
Part of me doesn't think that Riley's going home tomorrow. It's also funny because the first head of household, 9 times out of 10, like not really, I don't know the exact statistic, but the first head of household wins a lot. Like the entire game.
Oh, interesting. Who was the first head of household in our game?
In our
Ryan?
game, it was CJ, and he
CJ.
came in second.
He came in second. Yeah.
Because you build relationships. Everybody wants to be friends with you.
Right. Damn, I should have won that.
I honestly, I said this to be, well, I said this back when we recorded our Big Brother episode. Had you won the first head of household, or had you made it through the first week, you probably would have
gone further.
Gone a lot further. But you didn't get out first because of the expect the unexpected. You came in, you were the fourth.
Fourth?
Yes.
Yeah.
You were the fourth evicted.
First and fourth, kind of.
Yes. But then Tom took over the first.
Asterisks.
First evicted, yes.
Okay. Who are you going to pick?
Turn? Okay, so I am a little bit torn. I'm gonna go with Izzy. I do feel like that's a little dangerous because she seemed like, I mean, I guess Hisam is the same way. He like really goes in and tells you exactly what he's thinking, but she was the same way. She was like, hey, just letting you know. To Riley, like, I know you're lying. Like, I know that you're a part of this 8-person alliance. Like, I don't think you should go tell someone, like, without, like, unless their back is against the wall. But she wasn't. She was the head of household, Riley. She was like, I know that you're in this alliance. And
Hisam did that, too. Like,
yeah, but he did it in a way, like,
he's
her back
very
is
direct.
against the, yes.
Well, yeah.
Her back is against the wall. I wouldn't
Right.
have personally gone to Riley as the head of household and be like, I know all your secrets.
Right.
So I think she's a little bit, and she seems like very like energetic, but in a way that could get her in trouble. Like when she was like, "I know you guys are or I know you guys are related."
Yeah.
Like literally,
it was very. And it said, "You're good, man. It literally
Right.
pushed him away from the crowd.
right,
Like, I know.
right. It's a lot, and I
Yeah.
think that
Is she the one that you were referring to that said needs to settle down a little bit?
no,
No. Okay.
no.
Okay.
I think she does, but not in like an aggressive. Like I think she's aggressively playing the game. I think all of her aggression, and aggression makes it sound like she's being aggressive. She's not, but like all of her intensity is game related.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Sure. Okay. My next pick is Red.
Okay.
I think
Red is
people.
on the yellow team.
I think people underestimate him, but I do think he knows what he's doing. Because in the first week, when he did go up to the HOH suite and was talking to Riley, he was like, I think I know. I think this team's forming. I think I know. And like subtly, in a very good way that was believable, named off her 8-person alliance. And that's sneaky, but I don't think Riley caught on that he just guessed. I think she thought his lie that he just guessed. And I think he'll be all right. I think it is decent in the games too.
Yeah, I think he's kind of like he seems like he's going to be a big fish, but I don't think he's appearing as one, which is great for him.
Yes, and in the live feeds, he's always talking to someone about game strategy. Like he was talking to Meek Cole tonight and Bowie Jane about something. And I think Meek Cole is in the handful, isn't she? Or she in the professors?
Is. I'm pretty sure she's in the handful.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I think he's making relationships outside of the 2 main alliances, and I think that's helpful.
Yeah, so, I agree with that pick.
Yeah.
Can I just say I think it's really funny, not to like influence any of this too much, but you had said like I really like Heisem. This was a couple of episodes ago, like, and I was like,
now I think he's way too strong.
So
like,
right, so. I was like, he reminds me of an old school player from like Big Brother, like from like the first 10 years. Not anyone specifically.
Yeah.
Just like, I was like, wow, I think he really has the potential. I think first of all, he does not need to be winning all of these competitions. He is not going to make it past pre-jury, which is the first 5 evictions, not including the expulsion. So the first one was Kirsten.
Yeah.
The second one will be tomorrow night. But I don't think, you don't need to be winning these competitions. Second of all, like, he's won 3. And there's been, 4 competitions? I guess there was the nomination competition.
He
but
won
for
2
power,
vetoes and an HOH.
So out of the 4 competitions for power, he has won 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
When he did not need to win all 3 of those. Like, he was already safe as the HOH. I don't know. I think that he's too aggressive, but on a personal level. Like, I know he's coming at it from a game standpoint, but he's very condescending. Like, what he was talking, how he was speaking to Riley, she needs to, like...
You just miscalculated, that's all. You just miscalculated.
And she needs to pay for it, and I think he used, like, he didn't use the word accountable, or maybe he did, but, like, we're talking about a game. Like, she didn't do anything that she needs to be, quote-unquote, held accountable for. Like,
like, there's just like any game, there's miscalculations, and that's just something that happened, and now, unfortunately, that's going to be your undoing.
Right. I would love to see her stay. I honestly want Cameron to go home tomorrow night just because I have no tie to Cameron. I have no attachment to him.
Yeah.
But I think it's funny that we're both avoiding him. And we're both avoiding... Look at the 3 people that... 3 out of the 4 people are in, like, danger, I think. Even though one of them's the head of household.
Yeah. His mouse is hovering over blue.
Yeah, but
his mind is pausing.
Yes. Well, my mind is somewhere else. And I'll give you a hint. It's not Riley. I think that...
He's in college.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's a pre-Olympic LSU swimmer.
Pre-Olympic?
He's training for the Olympics.
No, he's a deaf Olympian.
Well, he's training for the Olympics.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm confused. I thought he was like a... Interesting.
Although I don't know why you'd sign up to go somewhere for 100 days when the Olympics are next summer.
Yeah, I think he's... We'll have to look that up after. And of course, we are speaking about Heisem. No.
The geriatric doctor and the cabaret performer.
I don't know. I'm going to go with the smarter choice and pick blue.
Interesting.
Sorry, Matt.
Why is blue the smarter choice?
Because I think out of the 3 of them, like, Heisem is gone in the next 3 weeks, in my opinion. I don't want to pick someone on the block. And I think Matt is guilty by association with Riley.
See, I feel like Riley and Jag are closer than Riley and Matt.
They are, but not in the eyes of the head of household. I think Jag is doing a better job
Sure, but
distancing
he's only the
himself.
head of household for one more day.
True, but he seems to be, in my opinion, the leader of the professors.
Of the professors? See, I don't know about that.
Who do you think is?
I think Suri has a
Suri,
hand
yeah.
in there.
But Suri isn't really like for the professors in the same way that Jared isn't. 100%.
And Suri doesn't really like Hisam right now either.
Right. I still think she's going to vote the way he wants her to.
Oh, I agree, but I think in the future.
I totally agree. I don't think these alliances are going to last forever. But
what do you see as Blue's strengths?
Just being the least, active right now.
Least noticeable, yeah.
Out of the people left. And in the same way that I think Suri is not for her alliance, like down 100%, same with Jared on his side. They are for each other. And that's strong.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they essentially have ears on the entire house.
Yeah.
So, as long as they don't get caught. Because if they get caught, not only are they, mother and son, but people are going to realize very quickly, he's not in our alliance, but she is. And then the other side is going to be like, she's not in our alliance, but he is. Like, they're mother and son. Like, everybody knows everyone's secrets.
Right.
So they have to keep that a secret.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So you choose Blue. I obviously choose Matt. Because I think Hisam and I don't know. I feel like Riley's gone tomorrow, even though I think she's a strong player and she's my age. So it's like, that's kind of fun. I think Matt is going to stay. I don't think Hisam's going to stay long. I liked him. I did. I think he was playing a very strategic game. He said he didn't want to be head of household. He said he wanted to stay in second place. He just wanted to stay below the radar. And he was making relationships, but I really think he made a name for himself as head of household. And what he considers a perfect week this week, with keeping the nominees the same with Cameron and Riley, I think he's gone. I do. I think he's gone.
I think so.
In the coming weeks.
Yeah, I think he's gone.
So.
And
you now have Riley and Hisam.
Yeah, but I'm actually gonna pick Riley for a couple different reasons.
Okay.
I think she has a shot.
Even though
if we're going for the end game of winning, if she can survive this week, I think she has a better chance of winning than he does. He's just very arrogant. I don't like him like I thought I would. And I also, just in the name of this competition, we said we're going to give you an extra person. And then I'm realizing as we play, that it's actually a disadvantage if you're talking about like chances to let people go. So I just think, hey, we're going to give you an advantage. Both of your people are on the block. Now you're losing right off the bat. So I'm going to take Riley, and I like her better. I just like her better.
You gave me the opportunity.
Okay, well, you got Matt. And I like Matt. So I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying, like, I'll take Riley. I need to have someone I like. I do like a lot of my players. You don't like
the rest of your team?
No, I actually do like the rest of my team. Let me see. I have Blue. I don't have a problem with her. I have Corey, who I don't know. I'm on the fence. He seemed to, again, I don't watch the live feeds because
he's not on there very much.
I know people like stans are going to be like, oh, you're not even a real fan. Like, I have been watching this show for probably longer than most of you. But I just love the Wednesday night, the Thursday night, the Sunday night. Like, I look forward to it all week. So I personally, I know they show you a lot more on the feeds, and what you're seeing on TV isn't necessarily like the full story because it's an edited show, but I just, that's how I prefer to watch it. But I like Felicia. Izzy, I think I like, unless she unless she like goes off. I can see her being somebody that kind of like unravels as the competition progresses. I really like Jag. I think Jared's kind of playing a second place game, to be honest. I think he's a good person. And I really like Riley. I like everybody on my team. The only person I really don't love in the house is Hisam right now. Yeah.
And that's my final pick.
Yeah.
Which you can select there. And I don't know, I'm happy with my team. If he can change people's, if his alliance can keep control, but without him as head of household, which obviously next week he can't be head of household, right. I think he's going to be okay, because you ever hear the thing like it all, just wait for the next news cycle, right? Because there's headlines and then there's another headline and whatever was the previous headline goes away. I think if he can outlast a few news cycles, he's going to be okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Riley's always going to be gunning for him.
Yeah.
But
part of me says too, like they can't. Like I've seen this before too, where like two people are like at each other's throats. They're just like the only person they have in their like target, like in their
get
field
blinders.
of vision. Yeah, and it's like there are other people to go for, and you kind of like they spend all their time going at each other, and it hurts them both.
Right.
So
right.
I think that could end up happening to both of them.
Yeah.
Bowie Jane can't be in there much longer because she has to get back out on tour, the summer carnival tour. The Trust Fall tour.
Doesn't she? She reminded me so much of Pink.
Exactly.
So much.
And Pink is huge in Australia. I don't know if you knew that.
Well, it's funny because Pink is touring Australia next summer.
And it's a good thing she's on season 25 and not 26 because she needs to get back out on the road.
That's so funny. All right. Well, I like these. So again, I have America, Bowie Jane, Cameron, Hisam, Suri, Matt, Mikol, and Red. And you have Blue, Corey, Felicia, Izzy, Jag, Jared, and Riley.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Correct.
Let's see what happens tomorrow. Or tonight.
Yeah.
If you're listening today. Let's see what happens.
The cool thing is they might know what happened by the time this is released.
Right. Well, I can't emphasize enough. Send in truths, send in dares. Again, within reason. We don't mind pushing the envelope, but within reason. Because, again, we want to still maintain good reputation.
You can listen to the 4 Fs. You can listen to the Not Safe for Work. Never Have I Ever. Like, you already have that. So if that's what you're looking for, go to those. Episode 12
that.
and episode... God only knows what that was. I think it was... I don't know what the other one was. I've lost my touch.
Anyway, my name is Justin Dew.
And I'm Nick Gervasi.
And you can reach us at our email, pointofviewpodcast@gmail.com. That's where you can send some truths and some dares, as well as on our socials, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and TikTok at Point of View Podcast, and Twitter at Point of View. If you enjoy our show, make sure to follow the podcast and give us a rating or review wherever you get your podcasts. Or share us with a friend or family member. We really appreciate it and are truly grateful for your support. As always, we hope you have a great week or amount of time until we see you next. Thank you for listening. And until next time on Big Brother.
Hey.
Because we had the times when we were together. Now we're back again. But this time the colors will not be the